Episode's off with the live check. If y'all tune in every episode, you already know how it goes. Starting it off with the live check. Here we are.
Check.
Okay, we're live on Twitch, it shows. We're live on Mixer, it shows. So I'm assuming we're live on YouTube because I know once those two work, we're good to go. There's only one page left to check, and that's on Twitter. I hope my Twitter people are on there. Let's see. Yep, we live everywhere. Happy motherfucking Thursday, people.
Yeah.
I hope your day's been beautiful. I know it's been a beautiful week for me. Welcome to Emano Talk. It's your host, Emano. If y'all don't know me just yet, full name Daniel Emano. What's good? Like I said, I hope y'all had a beautiful week. I got my boy, Lil Manik. What's good, bro?
What they do, man. We in the house.
Yep, literally.
Finally.
Finally, literally, with the Henny.
Yep, a little bit.
Kind of trying to rhyme like you, bro.
Hey, a lot of practice.
It's crazy because, like, I've known you for a minute, bro. So it's like almost like, where do we begin, right?
Exactly,
right?
man. Since Everglades?
Bro, all right. So to kind of put it into context with y'all, right? I'm turning 28 this year. All right, I'm going to shout out Alvaro first and foremost because obviously if it wasn't for Alvaro, this would have never happened to begin with, but also because of the fact that we reconnected to play basketball not too long ago because of Alvaro.
Yep.
So let me say shout out to Alvaro first and foremost. So when I was about 15 years old, I met Alvaro. Mm-hmm. Alvaro was a close friend of yours, pretty much a neighbor as well.
Yeah.
And we would always play ball. But I remember like whenever we would go to like hit you up to play ball or just like kick it with you, going in the garage. And what are you doing? You're rapping. You're recording. I think you were even making beats at the time or some shit. Or that you just knew how to engineer. I just remember you.
Yeah, I knew how to engineer, but the beat making we did on and off. But that shit is too fucking hard.
Yeah, man. You're a year older than me. So it's like if I'm 15, you're around 16 at this time. I'm turning 28 this year. So you're talking about like 12, 13 years ago. It's been a little minute, right, bro?
Mm-hmm.
So
long time. And I remember we used to have gym class together.
Yeah, like even I don't know. I think it was like when I was a freshman, but I didn't know you then. I didn't know you then.
I just knew you through Alvaro, and he used to say, "Oh, Jew, I'm with Jew." He used to call you Jew.
Yeah, back in high school, y'all, I used to be called Jew because literally there were no Jewish kids in Everglades High School. Right. So I had a friend named Grace. Shout out Grace, who nicknamed me Jew, and literally from there it was just like that's how people knew me. So it was like back then. I had the hair back then, and I cut it when I graduated, and now it's back.
Yeah. So
now I got the hair back again. The Jew froze back. But yeah, bro, it's been a minute. So it's like to think that like, yo, 12, 13 years ago, you were going hard at this. And I remember what made it click with me is like, well, first and foremost, I'll say it like this. You were pretty much the second person I knew that was like really taking rap serious. Cause I remember when I was in 8th grade, I met somebody else that was like already like on MySpace and rapping. But I remember like you were the second person that was really like, yo, no, I'm like gonna put my feet to the pavement and really like make something of this. And I remember the first instance that Alvaro shared with me was that you had won like this contest, I think, in like the news or the newspaper or something.
Yeah, it was a Boys and Girls Club for, underprivileged youth. Me and my cousin, who was actually my rap partner, his name is K-Wall Quality, spelled with a K and a W.
And he's on the project, right?
He's on the project. He's like my partner, like known that nigga for like 20 years.
He's
my cousin.
Creep on it a little more. Let the people hear you a little better.
I got you. Yeah, he's my cousin. So we started this rap shit together, but he's on and on with it, but he's still around. Like if I need a cold verse from him, he gonna come through. And
he had a couple of the best verses, honestly, on the tape. I was fucking with it.
I was wondering him because he's a lyricist.
Yeah, I was wondering who he was, bro. Literally, just here, I'm like, damn, all right. Like I knew a few of the names because I remember from like back in the day chilling with you, like a couple of the people would be around, but it was like I didn't know who he was really like that.
Yeah.
But now it's cool to know like that's your cousin.
You probably ball with him too because he used to ball with us, but yeah, that boy, he snapping. So. Shout out to K-Wall, man. I know he listening, but definitely, yeah, he's cold. But yeah, I started out with him maybe like 20 years ago when I was 11. We've been rapping.
Yeah, for a minute, bro.
Years old. I don't know a lot of people that's been rapping that long besides like famous people like Lil Wayne and Nas and them. So yeah, we've been spitting since 11 years old. We started this shit. So I want to say it's been about 20 years. 20 fucking years.
It's creeping up on that, bro, right? Yeah. And it's crazy to think that because, like, you look back on, like, athletes we probably grew up watching and shit. Like, especially, like, thinking about, like, obviously, rest in peace, Kobe, but, like, thinking about, like, Kobe's career, like, or, like, Vince Carter, for example. Like, yo, these are players that played in, like, 2-3 decades. Now Vince Carter's going into his 4th decade of playing basketball. Yeah. Like, shit like that is crazy. And it's, like, people don't realize, like, with artists, that, like, the biggest part is not losing, like, that spirit, like, that consistency, like, the thing that makes you want to keep pushing because Some people don't realize, like, look at 2 Chainz, for example. 2 Chainz was on songs with Ludacris, like, back in 02, 03, 04.
Yep.
And it's like, he didn't blow up till when? 2010, 2011?
I know. He just stayed at it.
Yeah, he stayed at it. And people don't realize it's that consistency. It's like, that's one thing I've always noticed with you is, like, no matter what time of the decade it was, or, like, if it was a new decade or any time of the year at all, I could always count on at least some point of the year, like, I'm seeing you dropping something. Because it's like, we were always friends on Facebook. So, like, I'm always seeing you drop, like, new videos or, like, a new track or just, like, you working on something. Like, a picture of you in the studio. It's like, all right, you never lost that throughout that entire time is what it seems like. It's like, from the first moment I met you at 15, 16 years old, when I was 15, 16 years old, you're in the garage, you're working. You know, fast forward now 12, 13 years later, it's the same shit. And it's like, that's dope. Like, yo, you're really keeping at it.
Right.
But bro, like, how do you feel like you keep that consistent? Like, what do you feel like it is that keeps that spark alive within you?
Man, I don't know. I guess because I've been doing it for so damn long. It's like anything you do from like a kid that you really like. I mean, first it started like I used to from like 11 for the first like decade. We weren't really that serious. Like I used to draw a lot. You could even ask Alvaro.
It was more fun than anything.
Yeah, it was more like a side hobby. But once we hit high school, it was a different ball game. So we got serious and dropped our first tape. It was Unknown Prodigies, and that's when we used to hand out the disc and shit. So we used to do that a lot. But hold on. Yeah, we used to do that a lot, and then we once the next decade hit, this is when we started really putting our feet down. No more drawing, no more bullshit. College time,
like real graphic designs, real audio engineering. Like we're going legit. Like we're gonna make sure, like if we're putting this out, it's at the top quality possible.
Exactly.
And I feel like
that's when the ups and downs started.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, adulthood started because I feel like like how you were saying, it's like when we put our feet to the pavement is when we started realizing like, all right, we got to take this serious because we got a talent. It's like before how you're saying like with the drawings and stuff like that. Like obviously like when we're in our youth, like we're having fun with it. We don't realize the potential we have in that moment.
Right.
Because like when I look back on my time, like I'm being in bands or like knowing how to play guitar and stuff like that, and knowing what I know today, it's like, you start realizing like, damn, back then maybe I could have, put forth this kind of foot. But it's like, it's a good thing you caught that a little early because you started realizing it before anybody else. So you kind of had like that little jump. Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of like what initially separated you out of the West Side. Like, now the West Side's blowing up. Like there's so many people.
And I've seen it. Like I've seen it when it was nothing to this.
It's a gold mine now, bro. I be saying it. There's so much talent out here.
Like I used to, since we were kids, like you got to imagine 11, that's almost 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I remember it was me and my cousin and nobody else was on that rapping. Like this is before the big, huge wave of everybody trying to rap. Yeah. Before MySpace and all that. So we seen that come up of everybody like, damn, this person rapping, everybody rapping now. Like what the? So we had to get on our A game, so it's been just going up and up. And now like 3 out of 5 people rap.
Yeah,
like, it never used to be like that,
There's so many people. It's like a dime a dozen kind of like sport now,
right? So that it was a blessing and a curse to us. Like it kind of discouraged us, because it's like oversaturated now. But we just had to just keep at it. We knew we're like, man, they nice, but they ain't been doing it as long as us. Like we have stripes, So yeah. We just kept
and like
going.
You really been doing this. It's not like you didn't pick this up as a hobby. You didn't pick this up as a moneymaker. Like you picked this up as a career because you had a passion for it.
Right.
Now I think something cool to kind of compare it to, right? Another thing I knew about you when we were kids, obviously when we were balled together, is your pops. Your pops is kind of like a street ball legend, almost like around here.
Shout out to Uncle Mike. I don't know. He just got on Facebook now. I don't know if he's
remember
watching this,
Alvaro used to call him like Mr. Mike.
Mr. Mike,
Mr. Mike. Like, yo, shout out Mr. Mike because I feel like his kind of work ethic on the court was always that, like, I got this old school flavor and y'all can't beat it. No matter what kind of style you come in with, and no matter how old he was getting or anything like that, or how young the cat was that was, like, hitting the court, he'd still go out there and he'd ball every single game. And it was pretty dope to see because I could see that in you now, like, with, like, the rap. Not saying you were old head or anything like that, but it's like, like, you're not going to let what is in your heart, like, what started you, having this passion, change because of the fact that now like the game is changing. It's like, yeah, the landscape is changing, but you adapt rather than conform.
Right. And he's all, man, you blew my mind because I was just on the court with him today and
he's still balling?
Still balling.
Yo.
He doesn't really do it that much.
Rare appearances
like,
now.
Yeah, but I mean, he always welcomes in the youth. He doesn't try to.
Nah, he never did. He
like,
never
I'm not
shied
playing
away
with this kid because he's too little. Or, he tries to bring them in and sun them.
Best part with a smile on his face. Literally. Every single time. He wasn't even pissed off. He was never like that angry ass old head on the court. No, he always played the game with a smile on his face. And it's like, yo, I really see that shit in you now.
Right.
And like the dope thing is that you're a dad now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like
my son Liam, yup.
And it's like, yo, like it's dope because I feel like you're gonna kind of instill that same game in him because it's like, yo, your dad's game is priceless. Right. Like not on the court, but like it's beyond the court. Like his game on the court is like literally like how do I put it? Like a metaphor for how he really is like in real life. Yeah. And that's pretty dope. And I never even knew him personally, but seeing him on the court and how he was with you, it was like you get an idea of how he is.
Right. And shout out to him because I turned his whole crib into a goddamn like kind of how you doing this. Like I did that with the garage, like made it into a legit,
it was a legit studio.
It's a legit studio. It's turned into a legit business to where people are actually paying me money for engineering and sometimes even features and videos and all types of shit that we do there. And we still grind it out, but yeah, man, it's been a long way coming.
Yeah, man, literally. And it's like, it's a long way coming, but at the same time, it went so fast that it's like there's still only more to come. Right. Like you see how fast time goes. It's like, that 10 years, that 15-year mark coming up on 20 years. It's like, you know what? I could take another 20. I could go another 30. Like y'all can't stop me. I'm gonna keep going with my grind.
This next decade, I look at it as the first 10 were just kind of getting our foot in, seeing how to make a song, putting our creative juices just out there and seeing. But it was just me and my cousin. The next decade was more me being around these street niggas because Miramar before it was this happy-go-lucky suburb. There was a lot of niggas coming from Miami Gardens, Carroll City, a lot of hood niggas. Niggas used to sleep on the west side.
Bro, when I was a freshman in Everglades, yo, people got stabbed in Everglades. I remember, shit was wild.
Yep. Yeah,
shit was wild because that was the first year that they had let people in from like Miramar and like Carroll City High, and like they were like really like starting to let in like that whole Miami Gardens, like Miami area.
Exactly. So when
it got wild for a little bit.
Miramar was early, it was there wasn't born and bred West Side people like now there is. They got older and shit, but I remember that day too. Like my homeboy, shout out to Steven Dolo. He was supposed to be here, man. He was running down the block. Yo, they just stabbed him. Covered in blood.
That was like my first week or like second week at Everglades. I'm just like, oh shit, this is the school I'm in.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, I didn't even know what to think. This little Jewish kid. I was like 5'2" when I got into high school. I was just like, I'm fucked. Like if they're stabbing people, I'm like, that's it.
I know.
It was wild.
But but shout out to Everglades too, man, because there's a lot of talent that came out of that school. Yeah,
I feel like
a lot of talent.
I feel like, and it was crazy because it's like, you go to school obviously to like gain an education, but I feel like the education people who went to like Everglades went to was like way different. It was like almost like you were really learning about life out there. Like it was wild. Like the shit that was going on. Like I mean, we could bring up like hundreds of stories, but it's like, yo, the shit that was going on out here, especially like back like when we were really like just getting into high school or like like about to get ready to like become the older heads in high school.
Yeah,
it got wild, man. But it's like the dope part is just like we've evolved, like we've grown, and it's like especially with the artistry, it's like we were able to take these styles that we have and now we're able to develop it into a whole other level that we probably didn't even imagine possible back in those days.
Right.
So now let's move forward a little bit to OCD2. So earlier this year you dropped your project
OCD2.
Right? And I got to say, man, it's pretty damn good. Everybody got their opinions. I got my positives and negatives about it.
Right.
But I ain't gonna bring up the negatives. There's a lot more positives than there are the negatives.
Yeah, tell me the negatives off air.
I got you, bro. I always got you with the feedback, but I ain't gonna give that to the people. The people can figure that out for themselves if they want. And, as an artist, you're gonna keep growing.
I realistically constructed it to where every track is completely different. So for somebody to like it top to bottom, shit, if I didn't make it for that purpose. I made it for you're gonna find something to like, because now we're in a different era. If you could just take one of my songs and put it in your playlist, that's fine with me,
Yeah.
You don't gotta love it from top to bottom. I didn't make it for that purpose.
One thing I love too, and I'm gonna bring it up when we start playing the music, is like you take us through so many different avenues. And the thing I fuck with is kind of like it reflects the cover art, right? Which the cover art is you having a therapy session with yourself.
Right.
Right. And the thing I fuck with is like you go through so many different styles, and it's like you're trying to like it's almost like you're rediscovering yourself. Because it's like, especially that now, like you have a son and stuff like that. Like you've entered like, it feels like when you go through life, like you hit these crazy phases, right? And it's like, it's almost like the reset button just hit.
Right.
Right. And like now it's like, all right, hold on, wait. How was I on that shit last year? And it's like, you know, now you're moving forward. Right. So it's like, I could kind of see that in this project. And it's like, you know, like this is what I once was on, but like watch me like transition into this whole new figure.
Exactly. And that's what I've been from that second decade. That first decade was just, I had a whole different identity. That second decade that I'm mentioning with my cousin, and we're going into college and everything, that's when I took on the name Manik. I was kind of dubbed that because of my style was crazy. It was everywhere. It was very up and down and all over the place. So they used to call me Manik. I took that name on, and it kind of fits because it's crazy how the universe works, because I ended up going to school and majoring in psychology, which my dad
you went to FIU, right?
Right. And my dad pushed me to that. And then I started learning about manic depression and things like that.
So you actually know about this shit. It's not even just like a whole gimmick on the album.
I'm actually a licensed therapist.
Yo, you see this, y'all? You can be a full-time artist and you can have a career. One thing I like, right? Like, and this is kind of like a almost off topic like comparison, right? Like the cool thing I've always realized, like I love wrestling. Obviously, you know that at this point. You come, you see Goldberg, like, and you told me you tuned in, so you know, like I talk wrestling too. But there's this wrestler Britt Baker right now, right? She's a full-time wrestler on AEW, which is a major company. Like they're on TNT every single week, but she's also a dentist. And it's like, it's okay to have like these. And like the crazy part is like most people will call being a therapist a career. Yeah. It's like, they can actually be a side hustle while you're doing the rap.
Right, yeah.
That shit's wild.
School was a different thing. I mean, school, you kind of have to full-time and all that. But once I graduated, I had the freedom to kind of, okay, I can do what I want. And when you're a therapist, it's kind of hard because you see clients. Yeah. So you don't really work a normal 9 to 5. So if I can get a couple hours in the day, I'm in the studio, you know, I'm working on what I got to work on. And then I'll go see my client later. You feel me? So it's interesting. But
sometimes you could be in the studio and they call you and they need you.
Yeah. And I can just dip out or whatever. But it really just came full circle. But it's funny how I thought of that cover art before I even graduated. Like that was just something that always played in your, like, I feel like sometimes we have pictures that like play in our head. Yeah. So like that was like one of those pictures, like even before you had the like the, you know, the heart to want to go and be a therapist. When I did OCD1 is when I thought of it. And OCD1, you could go look that up. That one is me standing kind of like this in front of the mic, and then I got papers, thousands of papers in the booth with me, and I'm just looking crazy as hell. But yeah, I got the papers around me, like I can't stop writing, like it's an obsession. Yeah. So that one, when I made that album cover, I was like, all right, the next one. I'm already thinking like you were thinking ahead. Already 10 steps ahead, and I dropped that like 2014. Yeah. That's some like Apple shit. Apple be like 10 iPhones ahead. Exactly. We're on the 11. They probably already got the iPhone 25 and shit. Right. I'm always thinking of the next move. Yeah. Always thinking of what am I, but implementing it is another story because life comes in the way and everything. So yeah, it gets a little complicated, but I try to at least get it out. I'm like, I gotta get this shit out. Well, I think this is the perfect time to like, let's chime on in with the music. Let's let the people hear a little bit now, because I feel like now they got like a good taste of like, what is Lil Manik about? Like, what's Manik like outside of the mic? Like outside of the booth, what is he like? Right. And this is where we can now enter with the music, so this way they can really gain an understanding. Like now, what's the artist saying? Right. Versus the man. So let's see, because sometimes you got to separate the artist from the man. You know. Definitely. So usually I do start this off with the intro, but given that you've already released a video for it, I'm gonna start up with Grow Up /Therapy. Yeah. I think it's a great outro, but I think it's also a great way to intro people who don't know who you are into who you actually are. Bet. So let's start off with that one right here. So this one's called Grow Up /Therapy by my boy right here, Lil Manik. So tune on in. Here we go. Hey, hold on. Whoa. Hey, N64, PlayStation 1. I remember when the sun was brighter than it was.
Gonna raise my son to be a fighter, son. Got the hands like Shiva, sharp hooks meet cleaver. Shot her bad, she a diva. Told my mama I'm a keeper. Progression through my methods made my situations better. Regression from my stress, I gotta keep it all together. I told my niggas no more scraps, we gon' eat together. My homie out the pen, I think he out for good. The world is in your hands, you better treat her good. Boy, your time is up, them clips and splits we lighting up. The pistol grip, the tummy tuck, the guns and bucks and jaw we trust. What? Hold up, hey, hold up, hey, yeah. Them boys, they tryna roll up, nigga, what they tryna roll up? They ain't show up, they ain't, hey, what up, hey, what up, what up, hey, we gotta grow up, say it's time to grow up, yeah, hey, what up, what up, what up, hey, yeah, I said it's time to grow up, grow up, grow up, hey.
Switch it up on them, bro. Switch it up on them, bro. Music is my therapy, I'm smoking on this berry tree. Hope it never buries me. Rest in peace to all deceased. I'm sick, I terminal disease. Ball so hard, I blow a knee. Y'all sweeter than a fucking spree. Went from fear right into me and sit and see what's helping me. Put the beat all on repeat and put the grief under my feet. I don't waste no time, find what you desire. Speak it out your mind and use it as your fire. Where would I be without you? I use it as my music is my therapy. Music is my therapy. Music is my therapy. Shout out to 0954, man. Shout out to West Side. Shout out 305. Shout out to West Side.
Man, music is my therapy. 2020 shit, we live. Yeah. Music is my therapy. Let's get it. Where would I be without this music shit? It's my therapy. OCD. Two.
Qualify for the diagnosis, the person must spend at least an hour a day in either some sort of ritual, either mental or behavioral, or the obsessions. It must cause great distress, and or it must cause significant problems in their life.
Yo. So, before I get into the video, take me through that track. So that's the outro, right? And you got one half that's grow up.
Right.
Which is like just some real smooth, like, let me talk to you real quick before I close this out.
Right.
And then headed into therapy where it's, just that clean ass outro. Mm-hmm. Shout out to everybody real quick. Here's the final message of the entire tape.
Exactly. Right.
So take me through that.
Well, if you hear the guy talking in the end, he's actually in the intro, which is a reflection of what I did in OCD1, where it's kind of a similar intro, very eerie, and it had a lady from the 1940s talking about how you can't see what I see it this way, but she was talking about methamphetamine or acid or something, but she was in a counseling session, so it fit the vibe. So this time I wanted to make it more about OCD. So that I put the first half in the intro and the ending half in the outro. So that's the guy you heard in the end. But Grow Up has been, as far as the Grow Up song, has been in the vault for a little while. I played it for my dogs in Tampa. Shout out my dog Antoine. Shout out Joey. Shout out KY once again. He's up there. And they loved it. And I loved it too when I first heard it. So I'm like, I got to put this on something. But I actually had that therapy song, that verse that I knew I wanted to put into this mixtape because of the cover. So definitely I wanted to add that, put it somewhere. So I added on to the end to Grow Up and then put the guy in there. So all this shit are like mixed together. I don't know. My mind worked crazy, but
it just was something that you knew it was going to plug in properly. And honestly, it really did. Like
it did. It surprised me.
It kind of.
I wasn't supposed to sing and all that. Like the second half was just supposed to be me really spitting. But I was just in the zone, and I just, all right, let me just harmonize on it. And I don't know.
I think it made for a better track that you did that. Because in all honesty, like with what he said at the end, it kind of was like, if people who don't understand the lyrics or they're not able to decipher bars the way they're supposed to, that gave them the overall message of what you were trying to give out throughout the tape. And I think that's where like why you take on so many different realms in this tape. It kind of like works perfectly because, how can I put it? I guess because that's kind of like how the OCD mind works. Like you could just flip a switch like that. Like my mom got OCD.
Yeah.
Like she got, like she will, I don't know if she'll admit it. I think she might have a couple of times, but sometimes she'd be denying it.
Right.
But it's like in the sense that like she knows that there's just a trigger in her mind that could literally flip the switch from this mood to the next mood.
Exactly.
And it's not even a mood, like, you know, it could be like this, you know, chore to the next chore, like, you know, task that I gotta take.
She's just so focused on it, just obsessed.
Nothing's gonna stop her.
Exactly.
Nothing's like if it's like coming down to like, yo, I gotta take the trash out right now. She'll be like, yo, Daniel, can you take out the trash right now? I'll be like, yeah, I just gotta use the bathroom. Go in the bathroom, come out the bathroom. She took it outside. Because it's just like in her mind, like, yo, this has to get done right now.
Right. And everybody, that's another thing that I considered. Everybody has OCD to a certain extent. So everybody can,
I believe that,
can relate to it, can relate to the title, can relate to what the therapist is saying, you know. But and it's sad that some people have it worse than others. But if you listen to what he says at the end, he says, there is help. There is help. And that's the last like 2 words that I wanted to be there, because it's not just OCD. It could be alcohol addiction. It could be bipolarism. It could be any mental health issue that somebody's having.
There's somebody there that could take care of it with you.
Exactly. Right.
Now, do you believe like, because you called it OCD, obviously. Do you like feel like you have OCD? Like, is there like a way for you, like, is like OCD like with your musical work ethic?
Yeah. I mean, I can't stop it. I know.
I mean, you're almost 20 years at it.
Exactly. So is it what defines an obsession? You know, it kind of, it's like it's a complicated issue of what is actually an obsession, something that you can't stop, something that you overly think about. I think about this shit all the time. I can't stop it. So
yo, I feel you, bro. I'd be at my 9 to 5 and I'd be there like working on graphics, bookings, making sure my social media, you know, like my interaction is just like up there.
Right.
I'd be working. It is an obsession. And like, shout out my girl, man. She really be putting up with that bullshit sometimes. It's like, and not saying like what I do here with this is like bullshit, but it's like, you know, I don't need to probably be doing it as often as I do, but it's just like, yo, I love it so much. And like, and I'm obsessed with it. It's like how you said, it's like, it's literally like not a passion anymore. It's like almost an infatuation. And for me to be able to sit in this chair, talk to y'all, talk to you, like to be able to like get this kind of shit off, that it's like, yo, like, you know, all right, maybe I don't have to be putting in as much, but if I don't put in this much, it's like I won't get as much out of it as I've like ever like not just dreamed, but like ever like worked for. Like this is like people like dream every day about having a top-notch work ethic, and it's like me being myself as far as like this podcast goes, like I'm able to kind of like reach that expectation of myself. Like
how long you been doing?
I'm creeping up on a year almost, bro.
For real?
Yeah, less than a year, man.
Dang.
And this shit. Shout out everybody watching right now. Shout out like people like you know, artists I've been fucking with for a minute. It's just like, yo, like everybody's really contributed to this. It's like at the end of the day, yeah, like I work on all this. Like I'm the mastermind behind all this, but like I'm not gonna be that cocky about it, because at the end of the day, if I wasn't able to, you know, secure the relationships I've had with certain artists, or like, you know, be able to have the passion I still have to this day, because, you know, I feel at times like artists go through some shit. And I don't know if you saw the video Quentin Miller put up today.
No.
He put out this video like saying like today's, I think it was what, 5 years or 6 years or some shit, whatever it was, when Drake dropped If You're Reading This It's Too Late.
Wow.
And
that long?
That was
God.
the tape that he predominantly worked on, that
yeah.
Quentin Miller worked on. But because Meek outed him in that battle rap, he was like saying, he's like, he said his whole career got derailed pretty much. Like, you don't fuck with DJ Drama or, you know, anybody like that anymore.
And I heard he like lost his leg or something.
Yeah, he got into like a motorcycle accident. He had his leg decapitated. Wild. So you're talking about, and like, you can see him. He's just wearing some regular ass polo, like a regular t-shirt. It's like, he's not looking extravagant or anything like that. And it's like, to think that like an artist like went through that, like, yo, like an artist could go through all of that and just be like, yo, fuck this rap shit. Like, I don't even need to be in this music shit. Like, everybody's slimy. Like, I'm out here. Yo, and you know what he says at the end? He's like, take a chance on Quentin Miller. He's like, y'all know what I'm capable of. He's like, you know what kind of work I could put in. He's like, take a chance on me. It's like, yo.
I actually fuck with Quentin Miller.
I fuck with it. I've heard his music on the side. Like, yo, if you haven't actually heard Quentin Miller's music. Good. I mean, if you're behind, you know, one of Drake's albums and, you know, pretty much all of Drake's albums are like platinum albums or Grammy award winning albums, it's like, obviously there's something there.
Exactly.
And it's like, he could have quit. He could have lost his leg and be like, you know what, fuck this. Like, I'm fucking my life up being in this rap shit. People are outing me for being a writer and all this stuff. He's still going. It's like,
so what's y'all excuse?
What's your excuse, bro? That's what I'm saying.
Leg out here still rapping.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And that's why, like, I could say it's all me, but it's like I'm thankful for everything that like just came around it, because it's like, yo, everything just came so organically, and like people are genuinely fucking with me. Like I got people that are sending music from fucking Nigeria. I got somebody that emailed me this morning, music from Nigeria. I'm dead ass serious.
Okay.
People from Toronto, Detroit.
Shout
and it's
out
like,
Toronto.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, yo, like that's real love. Like, even though like, yeah, like of course, like certain tactics pull that kind of crowd in. It's like, yo, all right, but it's still cool because it's like, yo, someone felt to take the time out of their day to reach out to me. And like the dude from Nigeria is like, I hope this helps me get a record deal. It's like, odds are, man, I'm not gonna be the person to get you the record deal, but hey, maybe somebody gonna listen when I play your track, and maybe they might sign you.
Exactly, and it's very similar to the way your whole setup and your style is right now. I think that's why we kind of click on that, because I've seen so many artists for years, because I've had the studio, so everybody and their mama has came through and either dropped the verse or paid money and got their voice out, and I usually charge them like 15 to 20, because it's just like, yo, just do your dream. And and whatever you do with this song, if it blows up, you don't owe me nothing. I'm not gonna, yo, man, you did it in my shit. I'm not gonna do none of that.
Nah.
Like, it's very like organic, like how you're saying. Like you might not blow up, but you know, it gets your dream out. And another thing is this rap shit, like how I said in that song, where would I be without you? For real, like this music shit has kept me
out
of trouble, bro. Like, yes,
that's your therapy. Locking yourself up in that garage, bro, rather than going out there and doing the stupid shit you be talking about in the tracks.
Whoa,
because we've seen people go through what you be talking about in the tracks.
Yup, and we used to get down like that. Like, what?
Now I think this is another perfect segue, bro.
Yeah,
I got another perfect segue, but
okay.
My segue right now, bro, is now the intro, Rituals.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I wanted to go from the outro to the intro. Sometimes you got to do that, man.
Yeah.
You know what? J. Cole's album, what was the last one? Kids on Drugs or whatever the hell it was, KOD?
Yeah, I fuck
Kings
with it.
on Drugs, whatever the fuck it was called, KOD.
Yeah.
I always play the outro, not the 1985 outro, but like the window pane outro before I jump into like the top of the album.
1985. Yeah, that shit was hard.
Yeah, but not 1985.
That's not the real ending though.
I think
that's like a bonus.
No, yeah, that's the bonus. But the one before that, window pane.
Yeah,
window pane, where he has the little kid that's speaking about like how like his like brother or cousin got like shot.
Oh,
like,
right,
drive by.
Yeah,
like that's what I like about this is like if you play that track, Grow Up /Therapy before you jump into Rituals, it kind of has that vibe to it.
Yeah,
I fuck with it heavy.
Whole different song about it here.
Hell yeah. Now this next track, guys, is called Rituals. Once again by my boy Lil Manik. Here we go.
We run the city.
Mr. Manik on top, never drop hole. Wrist on rock, got a rock in my sock hole. Sick till I drop, got what I got hole. City on lock, got it caught in a knot hole. City locked up, lights on Dookie dread. Shoot at who ain't here. You instead run around a chicken nigga, no head with a chicken trippin'. Let me get the head. Nasty bitch boy, you never knew. Found a real nigga, she could do it too. Sipper, zippin', spittin' goo. That pussy good, let me rip into. Dippin' whip loud, hear me coming. Got that hammer humming, Andre drumming by that dough like I'm about to cook a dumpling. Heard them niggas calling, now they see me coming. Yeah, hey, now they see me coming. Wait, heard them calling, now they see me coming. What you looking for?
Sure.
Hey,
Obsessive compulsive disorder, also called OCD, is characterized by obsessions and compulsions. Obsessions are thoughts or feelings or urges or images that result in great discomfort. And the compulsions are the strategies the person engages in order to neutralize the discomfort associated with the obsessions.
Hey, boy. Hey, boy, you Lil Manik, I heard you Lil Manik, I heard you be killing, I heard you do damage. All y'all be tripping, I rip on my loan and don't worry about me, cause you know I'm a manish. Ripping and flipping and working the packs, getting the grams and I send it to Canada. Hauling and dirty, the crackers is dirty, they pulling me over, you must be a janitor. Doing the work and I'm kicking my feet up, I'm catching a flight by the chill in Jamaica. Get to the paper, I'm slanging, I'm working, my girl said she hated, I hear what she saying. Girl, you can't take it, but bitch, I'ma make it, I'm getting this money, so stop your complaining. All of these niggas ain't nothing, you niggas is lazy, you niggas is looking complacent. They hear what I'm saying. Whoa, I'm dreaming about bands. I'm dreaming about bands.
There are also a category of compulsions that are a little more difficult to address and more difficult to identify, that we identify as mental compulsions or mental rituals. And there's a number of them that we'll be talking about later, but essentially they're cognitive strategies, they're mental strategies that people use in order to try to undo that feeling associated with the obsession.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's a strong ass intro. And like the thing I fuck with is the intro and the outro got two sides to them.
Two complete different
like somebody
sides.
with OCD because the switch flips.
Exactly.
That's what we were saying. So I
or
fuck
whatever
with that.
or whatever schizophrenia, bipolar.
That mental situation, right, man, because it just flips. It literally flips. Mm-hmm. It's wild. Like from friends to family, like seeing it like actually in person, it's like if you never understood it, like yo, this tape kind of helps.
Yeah.
Literally, and it's dope. And it's crazy to think now that I know you're a therapist, because I wasn't certain what I knew you went to FIU and you graduated. I wasn't ever certain like what degree you got or degree psychology. You got. Actually, it's crazy. Your original name was Degree, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Fun fact. It just clicked in my mind right now. I said Degree. I was like, wait,
it's
this is
full
Degree.
Circle. But the thing is, we did not plan this when we were young and made these names up. You know,
it happens,
it's just,
bro.
It happens full circle. Like we made our own reality. It's fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah,
literally, it's all about manifestation. It's all about what you can control. I literally told my girl, I was like, 2020, the year we can stay in control of what we control.
Right.
Don't worry about what other people do, because it's all about you. What you can control. You can't control other people's emotions, reactions, or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So that's what I like about this tape, that OCD concept, that literally that switch flip. And that's what it's like, from style to style to style to style. So and rituals.
And then now you think about the cover.
Yeah, right? And that's
it's
why
like grow up counseling rituals, which is the intro. It's
it was literally like that. It literally felt like you got the first side is kind of like, all right, I'm just like spitting that, you know, like flexing shit, and it's like now the second half is like, all right, hold up real quick, like listen to like the serious shit, like that I could also like, I relate to this, like I understand this, like I've gone through this, or like I know somebody who's gone through this. Like you could see like where that all kind of like
if you listen
in.
to the tape, it's structured like that. The first half is just bang, 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 and then when it hits a quick question, that's when it gets more introspective up until the end. Yeah, you know. So I did that everything strategically like that. You know. So, but these are all creative things that me and Chris have done. We've done ideas and concepts like this. So this isn't new to him, but this is new to the public. You know. So this next decade is about really seriously backing this shit financially with a team. Everybody pushing this music now. Yeah. Doing podcasts, doing shows, everything is
I feel like that first half for you was really like perfecting your craft, like really like understanding your lane, and a lot of people underestimate that kind of shit too.
Yep,
it's just like understanding like, yeah, you could jump in, you could mesh in with the styles going on right now, but it really takes a lot to understand where you want to be and then create where you want to be. But that's what separates the artists of like J. Cole versus like a Lil Pump. To be real. Like, I guess that's the best way to put it since 1985.
When they do their Breakfast Club interviews, and I listen to like all of them. I love listening to the podcasts, Breakfast Club interviews, all that. And when they tell them, they're like, "Oh, Charlamagne, how long you been rapping?" I'm like, "Damn, this man said 1 week." Nah, it ain't no 1 week, but it's like
1 year.
Yeah,
like,
like
this is only
bruh.
my 6 months. Yeah,
You know how frustrating that is for somebody that's been like 15 years deep to be like, "What?" Like, I think last one that blew my mind, I think was Blueface. Blueface is, how long you been rapping?
I will say though, Blueface has gotten exponentially better. He's really he's been dropping some fire.
I haven't heard it new.
It's wild. I used to be dead against him, but like then you hear some shit pop up and you're like, yo, actually, like this man,
he got some bars.
Yeah, he's gotten creative with it, and like now he's starting to like really learn how to like keep his timing and like all that shit. He's growing on me. That song he recently dropped with the Baby is actually pretty damn fire.
I did not hear that.
He just dropped it, I think like this past Friday. So like if anything, go check it out after this. But like I was actually thoroughly impressed. I actually thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? I could actually like if I'm driving to go out tonight, like and this was on the playlist, I wouldn't tell anybody to change it.
Yeah,
I would be able to bump to it and I would be able to vibe to it. Hell, it might be on my playlist. Right. Literally, that's how I was thinking about it. So like some of these artists, they know how to adapt. Like I feel like Lil Yachty is a prime example of that. Like he came into it, didn't really rap a whole year, but he's proven like, yo, I'm going to get better. Like I'm not going to just hold myself to this standard that like I'm just some, one and done kind of like rapper.
I heard some shit. I heard some freestyles of his that I really
it's pretty fucking fire. Yeah. Like there's some Lil Yachty shit that's out there that a lot of people think to like when he first started versus now, they don't understand that he's actually grown as an artist.
Right.
And he's found lanes, and he's like said, he's like, I'm not really a rapper first. Like he's more of an entertainer than a rapper.
Right.
Like that's pretty dope because now he's been in like movies with Seth Rogen. He has Sprite sponsorships and shit like that. So like I could fuck with the artists like Lil Yachty because of that, because they understand their lane. Like they understood their craft. They took time to understand their craft, even if maybe they got that quick fame.
Right.
And then, they perfected like the lane that they wanted to be in.
What you think about Uzi?
I fuck with Uzi too, honestly.
Yeah.
The thing I feel like he maybe takes a little too far is like the whole like heavy metal like 666 shit. But for all I know, maybe he really believes in that.
I think that's what made him though, because he started on the like kind of like a punk rock. Yeah, sound.
That's one thing I fucked with him for, is that he kind of brought that out of hip hop.
A lot of people don't even realize that. Like he's like a punk. He's trying to imitate punk rock. That's what started him.
A lot of people he has that like Newfound Glory type of voice, like Blink 182, like My Chemical Romance.
He's stretching the words like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's smart of him, honestly,
because it brought a whole bring it to hip hop.
Like, it was a whole new genre. I mean, like look at what's it called? EXO, whatever the hell it is. Like, All My Friends Are Dead. Whatever the fuck. I always forget the names of the tracks, but All My Friends Are Dead. That trick. The tour, the EXO Life tour. That's what it is.
Right. Yeah.
EXO Tour Life. When he did that track, it's like, yo, like that really broke barriers. Like there's a reason that song was pretty much like #1 for like over a year.
But to me, as a music head and has been listening for so long, I look at that shit as like a rock song, bro. Like the lyrics, it's a rock song.
It's not true hip hop. Yeah, it's more of a pop song, like a rock pop song.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I could fuck with that kind of shit. And it's like he understands
you couldn't play that song in the 90s.
Yeah.
Which is... well, in the 90s, hip hop was more closed minded, but whatever. But it wouldn't see the light of day in the 90s.
Yeah. Oh, no way. And it's like, you think of it that if you were to probably tell, like, Lil Uzi, like, yo, like, and this is all hypothetical, obviously, but like, yo, Jay-Z just dropped your name in a track and he dissed you. It's like, if you told Uzi that, Uzi's not going to probably go and drop a diss track.
Hell no.
And he understands that. He's like, the fuck am I going to drop a diss track for? So I could look stupid versus Jay-Z?
Exactly. But look, the reason why I brought him up is because I haven't heard any of his old stuff, but I heard he was a real spitter.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Is the difference is that like I know back in the day, he used to actually rap. Yeah, like I'm just saying, like like today, like if that were to happen today, I feel like he understands. Like I'm probably not gonna go head to head with Jay-Z.
Right.
Or like even if it was someone like equal to him, like a Joey Badass.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna go head to head with Joey Badass, because Joey Badass is more in that style than he is, and he's probably one of those artists that would think to himself like, who am I to fuck around and either make myself look stupid or do something that's not going to benefit my career.
Yeah. and what's working for him is going.
Yeah.
But and I kind of connect to that because with me and K-Wall, like we had thousands of conversations because we grew up on like that first decade. I said we grew up on East Coast hip hop.
First track I heard
I am
you
an
on.
East Coast hip hop heart. Like that is my core. I am East Coast hip hop. I'm from Toronto, so I'm damn near next to New York. You feel me? So I grew up on that mind state. It's not till I came to the South and shit and heard everybody out here and heard 3-6 and I was obsessed with 3-6 and motherfucking Crime Mob. Oh my God. That's when I started really, all right, let me change my style a little bit to the point to where now I can do that and that. I can do East Coast and I can do gangster shit.
Train that
shit.
versatility for yourself.
Yeah, Manik, all that shit in one. And then now Drake coming around with the singing. Damn, I can kind of do that too. So I try to reflect all those styles on the tape, you know, because if you listen to track 3, that is an East Coast beat.
Which one is track 3 to be specific? Let's see.
What is it?
Watch
Damn,
this.
Watch this. It's a East Coast freestyle.
Quick little fun fact. Now I wasn't gonna play that track, but I'll play it right after this.
Okay.
But fun fact: first beat I ever heard you rap on, the 7-minute freestyle beat.
Oh, that was on my first ever tape.
Way back.
Yeah.
Way back. That was the first. That was Alvaro
1
played me
minute,
that shit,
55
bro.
seconds, yup.
Shout out Alvaro again because he's the one that played me. He's like, because I remember, like I told him, I was like, do you have any of like his songs? Like, do you like have you ever listened to him rap? Obviously, he had heard you, but I was just like
that tape was flooding out on the West Side, bro. Everybody had that shit in their car.
that shit was fire, yo. When
I
I
felt
heard
like
that
nigga,
and
bro,
I
back then.
didn't know about the 7-minute freestyle before that. So thanks to you,
Wow.
I found out about it. Because I would back then. You got to remember, Alvaro and I, all we were bumping was like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Incubus, Rage Against the Machine, shit like that.
Yeah.
That's all we were bumping. So we weren't on no hip hop shit. I transitioned him away from hip hop. I remember because like I got him to join guitar class and all that shit. Yo, and he used to listen to like Tribe Called Quest and Common and all that
me
before.
and him. And then I'm like, what is this? He's picking up a guitar.
And I was like, come on over, brother. Like, let's go. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but
right.
yeah.
But now you can love both. It's all.
That's what I grew up
like
on,
Uzi.
honestly. Like with my cousins would always bump like Juvenile, Trick Daddy, 3-6, Pastor
Right.
Troy, shit like that.
Yup.
Yeah, like that was way back. And then it was like, then I picked up the guitar and I started getting to know all that. And then like that's when I met him. And it was kind of also because of him, like I started like also like diving back into hip hop a little bit. Because he would like tell me like, yo, just listen. He's like, it actually has good music behind it too. Because I'd always
used
just
to
think,
love Lupe too.
and once again, shout out to Alvaro because of this fact. He took me to the Glow in the Dark tour to see Kanye, Lupe, NERD, and
Damn,
Rihanna.
he ain't take me, man.
I think-
hey,
I
no
think-
shout out to Alvaro.
No, I
bro.
think
Damn,
I think it was that
me.
like he either asked you or George or somebody to go, and like one of y'all said no, and I was at his house with him.
George, shout
and
out
he-
George.
And he was just like, "Yo, you want to go?" And like I think like that was like the first time me and him really became friends, like because like we were friends obviously like at that point because we knew each other from school. But
Yeah.
I think at that point we were like, "Yo, like all right, like it's friendship, but like we're gonna know each other for like a lot longer than just like this year."
Right.
And like that became my boy after. Like that
Yeah.
became my boy right after because he took me there and it kind of like just rekindled like my love for hip hop a little more. Like or at least it like sparked the interest back in so like I could start jumping back into it a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's why I fuck
That's
with it. It's
dope.
like I heard that 7-minute freestyle and like I got intrigued. I started like looking into it and like
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That just made my whole day, my whole week.
yo, you put me on it. And Jay-Z's my favorite rapper.
That's
like,
one of my favorite songs ever. And shout out motherfucking K-Wall again. You gonna get annoyed at why you shout me out so much, bro?
'cause
Shout
you
out
fucking
your ass,
deserve
bro.
it, man. I don't
For
know you
real.
personally, but you deserve that shit, bro.
You feel me? So he put me on that song. And I'm like, what the fuck? So that shit was hard. And then he had the bars. He had the every line. Do. So I try to incorporate that as well.
And he's on this track.
Yeah, he's on the shit.
So shout out
Segue.
K-Wall.
Yup.
All right, so this is the Watch This freestyle featuring K-Quality.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey. OCD. Tool. Hey. Y'all don't want no real rapping. Y'all don't want no action. Y'all don't want no smoke. Y'all don't want no gas and blowing like I pass gas. Pass a split to Spider-Man. Heart beating slow, bitch, I'm breathing like a dying man. Manic on the climbing, man. Fuck them years you put behind you. Pocket full of money and a bad bitch right beside you. Stick on that, pussy nigga, ain't no time to fight you. Put a stop to you, bitch, don't let them niggas red light you. Sleeping with a bad bitch, give a pipe, call me Drano. Came up from the bottom like a motherfucking volcano. Why they call you Manic? Cause I'm Manic, bitch, I'm insane, no. Gold on my this, yeah, I'm looking like Thanos. Pocket low, but got them hoes, bitch, I can't complain though. Shoot my shot, boy, never running out of ammo. Hoe to a housewife, no, you can't tame those. She a freak, yeah, she like to do anal. She a pervert, convert to a vert. She said I hit her better, yeah, I know that hurt. Watch this, homie, yeah, I do it first. Running to this money, never running out of work. Running to the money, never running out of work. Summer hot as fuck, gold chain, Jamaican shirt. Chop the diamonds up, 10 to Cayman, 10 to Turks. 20 Kingston, 10 to purchase. More, we 50 cent, no Curtis. Shaking shit, them boys look nervous. Fuck them, stun on purpose. Only God could judge a brother, y'all don't know the verdict. 6 speed swerving, the devil wanna work, and I tell him I'm not hiring. Goonies, they get the firing. Toolies, they get the hiding in bushes. You never finding them, looking but never eyeing them. Hook them but never line them and book them but never trying them. I'll never be no convict. We'll never be no convicts. It's profits over conflict. Watch this.
Oh. Almost let the next track go. Shit. Lost track of time real quick trying to help some promo out. Yo, but that freestyle's dope, man. It's just like, there's not much to talk about in the freestyle because it's obviously a freestyle. You could just see yourself having fun. Like, you probably just step back in the garage and you're like, yo, I'm just feeling it today.
That's exactly
like,
what
just
it
hit the
was.
record button. Drop any beat at that point. Like, I've seen rappers do that shit. Like, drop any beat.
He didn't hear that verse until, well, he made it, but he didn't hear it till months later.
Like, the recorded version of it?
Yeah, he didn't hear it till it came out. The tape came out, and he's like, what the fuck? You feel me? So I like to kind of do that. Like, I kind of kept the features, I kept them in the dark so that when that shit come out, they can hear it and be like,
like, y'all just tune in. Y'all see if you're on there or not.
You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that shit was dope, though, man. You could just tell you're just having fun with it. And, like, one thing they always say at my job, bro, if you're not having fun, it's not worth doing. And it's like, yo, always add that little bit of the fun aspect onto your album because it could literally become one of the best tracks just because of the vibe of it.
Just because of the energy.
Doesn't have the most bars. It doesn't have to have the best beat, but it just got those vibes. Like, you just feel something off the track, driving around, lighting up, sipping something. It don't matter. Yeah,
and I just, man, my style, man, I just try to throw like, I honestly try to throw bars at people just to make them be like. You know what I'm saying? That nigga said that gold on my wrist looking like Thanos.
Yo, I love that shit. I love that shit, man. And even like in the last track, you said some shit about like having dough and making dumplings out of it. I don't even remember the line, but it's just like, yo, like that kind of shit. Like, I love that shit because I didn't catch that shit until like the second, third time. I was just like, oh shit, all right, I see you, bro.
Yup. I always try to put it in there because honestly, like, who I really idolize and try to really replicate is Wayne.
I was gonna say, I see a good like mixture. It's not just Wayne. It's not like you replicate Wayne.
No, right.
I see the influence, and I see like where you like try and like cross paths because it has like a little Kendrick in there. It's like how you said you got a little bit of that New York vibe in there,
right?
Because like you said, you were up north, right? So it's like you could see like the different little aspects. Like I say Kendrick because of the fact like you manipulate your voice to like play these different characters.
Yeah, right. Yep.
And I was going to play a different track, but you know what? This meshes better with me segueing into the idea of...
Segue away.
Who that?
Hey.
Who that? I love this track. So I want to play this first before we even talk about it. This track is called Who Dat by Lil Manik, featuring Lil Manik. Yeah. So y'all tune on in.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Great segue.
What did my dog, boy?
Taylor about the fucking flex.
Lil Manik, let's get it. Let's get it, myself. Fuck it. I don't know that nigga who. I done hit that chick and got a holler who. I don't know these bitches, they can't fit up in the coupe. I don't know that shooter, all that nigga do is shoot. I don't know that nigga who. I done hit that chick and got a holler who. I don't know these bitches, they can't fit up in the coupe. I don't know that shooter, all that nigga do is shoot. I don't know these bitches, but I hit them by the minute. Every Sunday I'ma split it, count the seconds when I'm in it. Love the way the kitty gripping, pussy talking, get a gripping. Lil Manik, boy, I'm ripping. Lil Manik, tell them niggas. Ay. Woke up in the morning by the sound of the alarm, and damn, that shit is so alarming. How they say a nigga charming. Got that gold on my wrist, you can keep your lucky charming. Got my toilet paper thick, so thick, niggas charming. Cop in the coupe, Getting the top in the coupe. What is a nigga to do? What is it to do? Them some cockroaches. I'm a firefly. Damn, you kill my roaches. You a higher guy. Hey, life for the night. Life for the night. Yeah, I like the girl. Wife for the night. Got these niggas running like they bout to miss a flight. Flowing like some water, so you know that I'm a pipe. I don't know that nigga who. I done hit that chick and got a hollow who they who. I don't know these bitches that can't fit up in the coupe. I don't know that shooter, all that nigga do is shoot. I don't know that nigga who they who. I done hit that chick and got a hollow who they who. I don't know these bitches that can fit up in the coupe. I don't know that shooter, all that nigga do is shoot. What the hell you talking about? Talk that talk, we gon' run it right up in your mouth. Fuck that shit, got racks like a shelf. I don't want a feature, I feature myself. Feature myself, need nobody else. Leave the beat running, the beat screaming help. I whip it like a belt, I watch that shit melt. Kush so loud, you can hear that thing yell. Yelling like 100 demons, he hit my gun. Now he say it's hard to breathe, and we robbed that boy for no damn reason. The block so hot, you can see that thing steaming. I don't get mad, I just get even. Throw like Steven, boy, I'm straight leaning. It's just Lil Manik, featuring Lil Manik. I'm a prophet of my madness, I'm a product of my madness, goddamn. I don't know that nigga who. I done hit that chick and got a hollow who they who. I don't know these bitches that can fit up in the coupe. I don't know that shooter, all that nigga do is shoot.
Yeah, cut that last that shit.
Yeah,
I don't want that sample to play.
No, you good. It's a smart move, by the way. But the one thing I wanted to ask you, say that last line to me from the last verse, like right before the chorus comes back in. I'm a product of what? Like, what is it?
I'm a product of my madness. I'm a prophet of my madness.
What do you mean by that? Like, to you, what is the definition of that?
Product of my madness, meaning I mean, who the fuck thinks of doing a feature with them damn self? I have never.
And that's what I was gonna ask you next. Is what made you click to want to make the feature?
It's more of a bipolar schizophrenic. It's everything is therapy. It's all full circle. So that is like you're battling with yourself. You're going from this mood to that mood, and
because one mood is telling the other mood like, tell him, Lil Manik. Yeah. It's like Lil Manik jumps on it and he's just like, yeah, like I got him.
One is dark and one is light. One is dark, deep voice. One is a light voice.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's just going crazy on the track. Profit off my madness, but you know, I'm trying to profit off that shit too. You feel me? Like I'm really trying to.
Like it's not just rap. It's ideas. It's concepts, and that's why I fuck with, man. It's because like a lot of this art has lost the idea of conceptual like music. Like even though it's just audio, it's like there's still concept.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Like the blind, when they hear shit, they have to envision what's being told to them.
Right.
Like you can only imagine for Stevie Wonder, somebody telling him like, yo, you got to play this piano. It's black and white keys. You know, it's baby grand piano made of like grand oak wood. Mm-hmm. And it's like, he got to imagine like what that even looks like before he's even creating an image for somebody else to create.
Exactly.
It's like that's like real like version of that. And it's like for you, it's like you're trying to like really like paint the picture in the head. Like as far as like tracks like this, because tracks like this is just showing like, I really got like not just a song. I don't have just the album. Like I'm going to be painting pictures in your mind. Like I'm going to be literally having you envision these two motherfuckers who actually one person.
Yeah.
Convincing you of this real life battle that's happening with inside that one person.
And then what is the album cover?
A therapy session, bro.
With two of myself.
That's just wild, bro.
It's everything is well thought out.
Yeah, man.
And that's like I said, that's from the first 10 years we thought about that. We constructed that concept when we were little kids, you know, because we just made songs. So we did every type of song, you know what I'm saying? So those are our concepts and ideas from back then that I'm starting to, over time I perfect and I craft it into this. You feel me? So yeah, that song is crazy. It's madness, you know what I'm saying?
And now
so
when you ask who that, it's like, with a track like that, you're able to understand who Lil Manik is to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
And
I wanted people to see that on the track list, like, what? Lil Manik, who that feature? What the fuck is that?
And I thought that at first. I'm just like,
is this a typo?
Yeah, I'm like, is he not thinking about this show? And at first, no. And the crazy part is like one of my first initial thoughts is like, what's he smoking? It's like, you just told me you're not even smoking no more. I'm just like,
yeah,
oh,
I'm not
shit.
smoking, man. Yeah, but I think, Man, I made that song a little while ago. I probably was high as fuck. Probably one was high and one was drunk, maybe. I don't know.
One might have been the Henny, one might have been the Kush.
Exactly. Hey, yup.
I got one more for them that I want to play them. And honestly, this is probably, I want to say one of the more, if not the most serious track on here. I'll probably say the second most. I say Quick Question's the most serious track, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I really like this track. It's called Black.
Oh yeah,
by Lil Manik.
Yeah, I knew you liked that one.
Yeah, this is like my favorite one in all honesty. But here we go. This is Black by Lil Manik.
With quality.
With quality. Okay, it doesn't say it on here, but yeah, with quality. Shout out K-Wall once again. Why is it not letting me switch the track? Boom, boom. Okay, there we go.
OCD too. We going back. Yeah. Everything going back. Yeah. Everything black. Yeah. Everything going black. Look. Black money, black Timbs, black heart, black Benz. Matter of fact, infinity. I'm blacking out your energy. Black lungs, black gums. My green turn to black nugs. Fuck her till she black out. Black ain't no going back. Black jeans, black pants. Y'all some black ass. Black fans blowing on me while I count these black bands. Rubbing on my black hands. Talking to my black mans. Cops calling back up. Cause I'm just a black man. Rolling on them pills till my eyes turn black, man. Fat man, black man. All I see is black man. There's nothing else after this. Cooling with my black bitch. Argue over black shit, flip into a black bitch. Damn, everything black. Everything going black. Okay, I'm blacking out. Black magic, black on black heroes. Black out like a firefighter back on ground zero. She love to shake that baby weight, her baby half Negro. She called me Black Lightning, baby wait, I'm not a hero. She told her black and mild and play Black Ops. Black Friday cop the Xbox, that bitch came with 2 controllers. Package deal, black steel, galvanize her ass real fat. Jiggle that, black and blue, slap, clap, fill the black tuxedo with little black people. Well, the more cream colored, fuck it though, you know. Rainbow from Blackish on my mind all the time. She control it like a bandersnatch. Black mirror smile, black girl magic like a bunny out of black hat. Black G-string, hug the pussy and the ass crack. Blacker the berry, the better the juice. Sipping black water out the fountain of youth. What the fuck?
Too. I let that shit linger.
Yeah, I felt like that had an outro vibe to it.
Yep.
That vocal like in the back that really like set it off properly because at first like especially coming off a track like Quick Question, it makes you feel like all right, like am I in for like another like kind of like like it was a deep track, but it was like you know that like Quick Question was more like you asking questions that maybe you didn't know how to ask like presently at the time with that person because it felt like maybe there were multiple people you were asking.
Definitely.
And then going into Black, it was like, first off, I want to say shout out to you not saying Black Air Forces because Black Air Force activity has become the most banned thing on the face of the earth. But
I didn't even know that, but yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of people are saying like people who wear Black Air Forces are the most dangerous people on earth, essentially.
Oh, shit. Maybe I should have put it in there.
I don't know, man. Probably. Black Tims are like right up there with them. They're like a close second. But
dang, I didn't say Black Tims.
No, you did say Black Tims, yeah.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm tripping. See, I don't even know my own shit.
The Henny getting you.
I guess so.
Yo, but I love that track because like honestly, like with the guitar, the vocals, and it was just like you talking about just like what do people like consider almost like a danger to society? And it's like almost anybody could wear like the outfit you described or like the preparation for the day that you kind of described in a sense.
Right.
And it's like who's wearing the outfit though is almost like what deciphers that person. It's like why is it that two people wearing the same outfit or just, you know, living two humanly lives are like considered equally as dangerous just because of what they're wearing. Mm-hmm. And like that's a message obviously that needs to be brought up nowadays because it's no secret what's going on in the country at least.
Yeah. So
it's like was that kind of like your way of like expressing like maybe as like an African American male like you know like I understand like the shit that's actually going on in this country, the dangers in this country and maybe have experienced the things that are going on in this country.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, I experienced that shit, boy. But especially out here too, like you really wouldn't expect. But like I said, early West Miramar is not the same Miramar it is now. Yeah. So there used to be cops on every corner, crackers on every block. So that shit was kind of different. But I don't like to get too much into politics.
Yeah,
you know.
But that was kind of like your way of expressing how you felt about it all.
And I actually,
because it was very subtle.
I actually have my AA in political science. I'm very into politics, extremely into politics and what goes on. But I mean, when you know, I'm not to the level to where I'm gonna be. I'm not a preachy. Music is supposed to take you away from all that bullshit.
Yeah, but it's just kind of give insight, or like maybe just like not through views, but versus it's like views versus experience. Like you like have this experience in this area, like, and you not like experience like as if like you have like some sort of degree in going through like, you know, bullshit that, you know, the average African American male goes through.
All of that shit. Yeah, all that shit done happen, bro. So definitely, like, I had to at least mention that shit, because black, the concept, I'm like, I gotta put something in there.
Because if it
cops
means
calling back up
because
I'm just a black man, yeah, real shit. Like, damn, you feel me? So I definitely put it in there, but it's more of a play on words. I just wanted to really like, but man, I don't know. It just came to me, like, the beat is not called Black or anything, but I just started.
It was just a concept that just popped in your head at that moment.
Popped in my head, and
sometimes you hear that beat, the light bulb turns on.
Mm-hmm. So by the end of the verse, I wanted to kind of mention what's going on. If I'm saying black, this black, that black, and I actually, it's kind of the last line is a mini story of chilling with my black bitch. Well, I said, damn, boy, I feel like that's how Lil Wayne stayed, cause he
don't write his shit down.
Yeah, like he just makes I make so
Kanye's
much
like that
damn
too.
music that it's hard for me to remember things.
Yeah, Kanye's like that too, bro. When I just saw him with the Sunday service,
I see the poster. That's dope. Yeah,
he had the paper like under. You can see him like looking down reading. Because I probably imagine
he creates all the. At a point I probably created as much as them.
Yeah,
because I have the access. I have the studio right there. So imagine.
Yeah, even if
somebody
it's not
that's
like
OCD with rap and you got the full access 24/7, you're gonna be in that bitch 24/7.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? So there's just so much that sometimes I forget them lines. Like, what did I say? What? You know. So yeah, argue over black shit, flip into a black ditch, and I think that's I thought that was a powerful way to end it, because not only is we get profiled, but you know what I'm saying, it's a concept to where, damn, I ain't even want to go there, but it's like it's like we got to treat each other better as well.
I feel that, and I'm not saying that like
yeah,
white guy coming into black guy business. No, right. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying that like from like the standpoint of every single like race, creed, color.
Exactly.
Like I feel like the most criticism you get is almost from like your own.
Right.
Like, cause like even as like a Jewish male, like yo, like I have family members that are like real deal Orthodox Jews, and because maybe I don't do something a certain way, or like because I don't have like the most like strict like religious like training in life, that I'm almost like, you know, like, what is with this kid?
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, like, how are you gonna feel that way about me? Like, why not help me better myself? Like, or if you feel I need to know something better, like, why not talk to me? Understand maybe my understanding, because like me growing up, my family, like the family I lived with, like, you know, like my mother, like, because my mother and my father were separate. I lived with my mother.
Yeah.
Living with my mother, you know, we weren't like crazy religious, but like she still like, you know, had me go to like Hebrew school like once a week. I got bar mitzvah, but like after that, I didn't go.
Damn.
So it's like, yo, like we've never been like the crazy religious family, but like, you know,
you Jewish for real though.
Yeah,
like, bar mitzvah,
like I still like, you know, I hit the pavement, I did my thing, and it's like, you know, that's cool and all. It's like, but it's like almost like I feel like that happens almost in every race. It's like,
of course,
it's like because of the fact that maybe I don't go to temple every Friday now. Like, you're gonna look at me some type of way. If I go to temple every Friday versus not going every Friday, what's really going to determine how God views me is like, what am I doing between then?
Yeah.
That's what really matters. Not because of the fact that I stepped foot in a temple and, you know, I followed along in prayers. It doesn't mean that I'm, you know, at that point following them outside of the temple.
Right.
What am I doing outside of the temple is kind of like what matters.
Right.
And that's kind of like what I feel from that. It's almost like, you know, like that judgment's definitely there within, and it's like, how can we better each other rather than judge each other?
Yeah, exactly. And that's how the verse ends. argue over black shit, flip into a black ditch, everything going black. And I ended it because I'm riding. It's like there's a mini story in the verse of riding with your girl. She's your black queen, but just how we treat each other, like that ends up being a black man's downfall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
like you literally gotta, and that's why like I appreciate the fuck out of my girls because like
right,
like even when she has her moments, because everybody does, we're all human, like in myself as well, like and vice versa in that sense. But like even like when that kind of shit happens, it's like, yo, we don't allow that to become our downfall. Like we realize like, all right, you know what, maybe it's one of those days like maybe I worked too long today, or maybe, you know, she had a long ass day at school, and it's just like one of those things that's like, let me take the step back here and, you know, let her vent her head off, you know, real quick. Let me let her do her thing, blow some steam. It's
man,
like
you gotta be her therapist.
Yeah, literally, you gotta be. We gotta better each other, and it's like, not even in the sense that like you literally gotta be everybody's therapist, but like I always love Chance's song "Everybody Somebody's Everything," and it's like not in the sense of love, but like, you know, sometimes you gotta give that love to receive it back.
Right.
And it's like you can't do that off judgment. It's like you can have love and you could be judgmental, but it's like they really don't have a place for each other. It's like one day or the other, you kind of got to choose which one are you going to take at the end of the day.
Right.
You know, are you going to take that love? Are you going to better that person? Or are you going to go with judgment and you're going to, you know, just assume and, you know, allow somebody to just not even like be themselves and you believe that, like you're just assuming everything about them at that point.
Right.
You're just being judgmental, a book by its cover.
Exactly. So, yeah, damn, boy, you well spoken for real, man.
I try, man. I got the Henny in my system now,
man,
so that's
what it is.
Yeah,
that boy turned Joe Rogan on me real quick.
Hey, man, that's how I came on. Yo, when I got on the Henny, right, it was because of my grandfather. My grandfather took the Magnum ass bottle, like the $90 bottle at Winn-Dixie, smashes that shit on the table. He's like, and he's Egyptian, my grandfather, so he had a deep accent. Like he was just like, Hennessy is medicine, and I was just
Hennessy
like,
is medicine.
That's what he told me. I just turned 21. He's like, Hennessy is medicine. Like he gave it to me, and like he gave it to me straight, and I was just like, can I please mix it with something? And I put a little cranberry juice in it. Yo, ever since then, I've just been drinking Hennessy.
The name of the next Lil Manik project is Hennessy is medicine. For real. We got that shit right.
Well, little do they know.
A little bit.
Little do they know you got beats by Emano, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's on my.
Nah, we're gonna save it for next.
Okay.
Because we know you coming back.
Definitely.
We know you coming back because once shit like that is done, or once Hennessy is medicine is done, right. We could premiere some shit, but
yeah.
We could call the track that or some shit.
Hennessy is medicine.
Yeah.
That'd be dope, for real. That'd be wild.
Hell yeah. But, you know, I'm going to start winding things down a little bit. I want to ask you one more question.
Bet.
What's in store for 2020 for Lil Manik? We already got OCD too. Are we expecting anything else? Like, what are you trying to work on? Is there somebody we should watch out for? K-Wall, somebody like that? Talk to us.
Definitely, as I explained earlier, we got the 3 decades, the trilogy. We got the beginning, the 10 years, and then we got this 10 years, and now we got the future, the next decade, which is stop playing with these niggas, bruh. I'm not playing with these niggas no the fuck more, bruh. I done been through mad shit. I have enough content to last me like another 20, but definitely letting more exposure, more networking with people, because since we have everything to ourselves, we stayed in our bubble. I think that was our major, because we've been doing it so long. Why y'all niggas ain't on yet? It's because we stayed inconsistent.
Never conformed to what the public image is asking.
Right, but it can work against you, because you can trap yourself in a bubble to where, yo, I have everything to me. I'm doing everything myself. I don't need nobody. But it can trap you. So for all the future rappers, don't keep piling up them songs. Don't keep piling up songs. I want to make a new song. No, man. Finish that one song and put it out. Don't wait. Why are you waiting?
Get feedback. Continue to grow.
So I think it took us 10 years to really realize that. We had to go through ups and downs, meeting hella people, running into Tory Lanez, running into Denzel Curry, real people that we actually was supposed to work with, but we just were caught up in our bubble. You them niggas. Now look at them.
Yep.
So
Curry's killing shit.
Yeah.
Curry's killing shit, man. I fuck with Curry.
Tory too. I mean,
Tory's on a whole other level.
Exactly.
Tory was on my school bus, man. From Glades Middle.
Yep, we know him. Yep. So it's just, this next decade is just getting the music out, man, and putting money behind it, because money, you do need money, bro. However you got to get it, You do need money for this.
How much do you believe of an investment you are? That's truly what matters with the money. It's
Invest
not saying
in
put every
yourself.
single dime, but make sure whatever investment, and I'm not saying every single dime in every single category. Let me correct myself there.
If you don't got child support, put at least 20% into your music, bro, or your craft, or your podcast, or your graphic designing, whatever
You do, man. If you
need money.
you believe in yourself, you gotta invest in yourself.
Yeah, so that's the next 10. That's the next wave. We gotta watch it. I got my dog, Rob De Niro. He just dropped his project. This is strategic Manic Music shit that we all kind of orchestrating. Rob De Niro dropped this project. That shit's on medical on all platforms. Then me, OCD2 on all platforms. We got my dog Bezo the Great coming. He's not under me or nothing, but it's a collaborative effort. He's from Baton Rouge, real ass nigga, one of my close friends. You were supposed to be here today, but whatever. His project is coming, and we're gonna heavy promote all of that. And then I got my dog Hood Love Migo Guapin. He's on the tape.
Yep.
He's dropping next, whenever he feels like it. You feel me? And then we just gonna keep doing. So for me, the next 10 years, I want to work with everybody. I'm willing. Work with me, man. Like, I'm here. I stay damn near across the street from you.
Yep.
So just hit me up, man. And,
Yeah, if y'all watching this episode and you want to get in contact with Lil Manik and you don't know how to reach out to him, you can always hit me up. I got y'all.
Right.
This man is a workhorse, man. I'm telling you, he's been doing this shit since I met him. Literally, like, I'm pretty sure the first time I got introduced to this man was inside of his garage while he was making some music. I'm pretty damn sure that was the case.
And we evolved now. We doing videos, cover art, whatever you need. We doing it. Manic Music Productions, whatever you want to call it. But it's here, man. We doing it for real.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap things up. So shout out some social medias. Let them know where they can find you real quick.
You can find me on Instagram at Manic Music, MANIKMUZIK _ or my other page, which is J Manic Music, JAY _ MANIKMZK. J Manic Music, how you want to say it? Music, yeah. But I couldn't do music. I think somebody had it or something. So
these motherfuckers that be taking the good names.
like what the hell? So yeah.
And then the thing that sucks is when you go on the page and they're not even using it anymore. They never did anything with it.
It's just like a gray guy, like a gray outline of somebody.
These motherfuckers.
So yeah, but I'm all platforms, just YouTube, Lil Manik. I'll come up on everything. Google me.
Yeah, he's on Apple and Spotify for sure. I'm going to be putting the music we played on the show today on the Emano Talk playlist. I'm actually going to probably start breaking it down weekly so y'all can have it, sectioned out so you know who's where and what areas and stuff like that. I'm going to have it more organized, I promise. But we're like 80 songs in, but you can find his music on there tomorrow morning for sure. I want to shout out Manik for pulling on up Lil Manik, my boy. Yo.
Oh, wait, I wanted to shout out Curtis the Kid.
Yo.
The homie,
my motherfucking brother Curtis.
I saw his interview with you today, and Jay Wiz, his brother.
And Jay Wiz,
I've known them boys like I don't even know how long. But they're my dogs, man. Me and Curtis still haven't. Every time we see each other, we gotta work. Yeah, we gotta work. We never work. For like 10 years.
Every single time Curtis comes down, we always try to link up. That's my boy.
Ask him about me. He's gonna be like, yo, he never hits me up.
I remember we used to all play ball together. There would be times he would pop out at the courts too when we would ball. Yeah.
And Jay Wiz, I just seen that boy grow up from a little kid to
me and Jay Wiz literally used to pick up peanuts together at Texas Roadhouse. Wow. Pick up the fucking peanuts off the ground as busters. That shit was terrible. That's my dog though.
And
that's my dog.
And Johnny.
Yeah.
Shout out Johnny. My old boy calls him Bird, so shout out Bird. He sees it, he'll know he'll know. But shout out all them, man. Shout out all my dogs, man. Shout out the West Side too.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out the West Side one time. Shout out Lil Manik pulling on up. Shout out everybody who tuned on in. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Much love to y'all. You know where to find us on social media. That's at Emano Talk. That's at EMANOTALK. Make sure y'all follow. March 1st is creeping up. Selection Sunday. If y'all want to have your music played to a new audience, I literally can say I'm worldwide. I got people from Nigeria sending me music, Toronto sending me music. I had someone that emailed me from Australia that said they're going to send me a track, waiting on it, but they did hit me up. So we're kind of worldwide now. It's pretty wild to say, but I want to see more people from Florida send me some music, man. I know too many people down here talented that could potentially use that kind of effort to get them to a new audience. Even if it's two people that are listening in, I'm here to help any way I can. Send your music. I'm hoping it's more so hip hop. I had some people send me different genres. I want to clarify we're more so of a hip hop show for those tuning on in. But send me your music, emanotalk@gmail.com. March 1st, we'll be playing music live. I would like to announce our special guest, the return of my boy, Mind Made, the original host of the podcast when we were originally the Createful Dead. I'm really proud to say that he'll be stopping by for a one-time appearance so he can help me listen and review to these songs that people are submitting to me. And we'll also be having actually that day Papo. I'll be announcing it a little more so you guys can understand who that actually is. But Papo will be on the show March 1st as well. So I'm really excited for that. Y'all go on emanotalk.com. We got our Emano Talk merch on sale. The dad hats are sold out, but shirts are still available for $20. So copy yours today. There's only a few left. You could subscribe, rate, and review on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, and all podcast platforms. And you can listen completely free as well on emanotalk.com. So make sure y'all do that. But yeah, we'll be dropping actually on Saturday, just a heads up to my wrestling fans. NXT TakeOver Portland is this weekend. We'll be dropping our prediction show. And Sunday we'll be live with, who is it this week? We'll be live with Duke OTE. That's who it was. I got so many people scheduled, I got to even remember who I'm scheduling. But Duke OTE will be here this Sunday, 11 a.m., so make sure y'all tune in. But other than that, once again, I appreciate every single one of y'all. Much love, peace, blessings. Take care.